Hey there folks, Troy Gretsch from IntoDrums.com here, and welcome to this lesson. In this Sick Licks installment number 2, we're going to be looking at one of my all-time favourite drummers, Mr. Jeff Porcaro. Now, even if you think you've never heard of Jeff Porcaro, you have definitely heard Jeff Porcaro. He was one of the most in-demand drummers in the 80s and 90s, and right up until his untimely death, and he is best known for his work with his band, Toto. He was infamous for his Rosanna Shuffle, and I could honestly spend a whole series of these Sick Lick videos just on Jeff because he was an absolute monster of a player. But the one I want to focus on today is the Boz Scaggs tune called JoJo. I'm going to look at 2 variations of this that he plays in the song. So the first one you can find at 2 minutes 24. Now I've left a YouTube and Spotify link down below, so if you click on those you can go to 2 minutes 24 and you'll hear this lick. And just before we kick off into the actual lick, what I want to do is I want to give you guys an exercise that is going to help you with this. So this is a big part of this lick, and if you can get your head around this part, it's going to make the whole thing a lot easier. So all you're going to do is you're going to play an accent with your right hand and you're going to play ghost notes with your left hand. You're going to do 2 of them. We're going to play it in triplets. So it's going to be 1 and R, 2 and R, 3 and R, 4 and R. So again, if you can get your head around that and get comfortable with that pattern, slowly speed it up, use a metronome, you're going to find this a heck of a lot easier. So just to make it a little bit simpler, I'm going to look at each beat individually and then we're going to put it all together. So in beat 1, we've got right, left, right, left, left, right. Okay, so just as an exercise for this, what we're going to do is we're going to play it at 30 beats per minute, and I'm going to play it twice within the bar. So 1 beat on, 1 beat off, just to get used to this first beat. Now in beat 2, we've just got left, left, right, left, left, right. So let's add that now to beat 1 and see how it sounds. Okay, so now in beat 3, what we've got is a snare drum stroke on 3, and then we're going to hit the bass drum and the hi-hat, and we're going to stab the hats. So that means you just open and close the hats quickly to get a quick hi-hat stab. So let's add that all together. So now on 4, we've got a snare drum on 4, and then we've got a crash on the E. But because we're in a triplet feel, what we're going to do is we're going to swing that. So we're going to count that actually as 4 and R. Now let's play that a little bit faster. Let's do that at 60 beats per minute. Great, so we got that down, but there's one thing that seems to be missing, and it's rather important, and it's the dynamics. So what we're going to be trying to do is play as soft as we can at the start and build it up until we get to those snares quite strong. So basically through that whole triplet run, we're going to try and start off soft, and we're going to try and get louder. Now finally, we're going to play that tempo, which is about 95 to 96 beats per minute. So the second variation of this fill happens at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So rather than try and break down the whole thing again for you and work it all through, it's actually pretty much the same. But all you're going to do is, instead of playing the accents on the snare drum with our right hand, we're going to be playing them on the hi-hat, and we're going to be playing a bass drum with a stabbing on the hi-hat. A stab? It's stabbing? I don't know. Hi-hat stabs. So in a nutshell, the main differences we have are at the start, we've got an anacrusis on the an accent on the with our right hand. We're going to go R1 is on the snare, and then everything's pretty much the same after that, except instead of hitting the snare accents with our right hand, we're going to hit those right hand accents on the hi-hat. And we're going to play a bass drum behind that and open the hats and get that little stabbing motion. So let me just play it slowly for you guys, and then I'll speed it up. And now at tempo. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. If you did like it, please hit that thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to be updated of more videos as they are uploaded. And if you're up to some more in-depth learning, please check out my website, www.intodrums.com, where I do live and pre-recorded lessons, and you get unlimited feedback. I'll be back soon with a new video for you. So as always, have a great week, stay safe, and happy practicing.